Are you guys ready to create some magic? Will we take down the fold? Can we find the stag? Mom, you need to bring out your stag. Where is it? I'm kidding. Mom has a lot of buck, I guess, stag statues, doe statues. So that would have been fun.
I have the skull.
You do have the skull.
Yes.
Shadow and bone. So all our, should I say heroes? I don't know, but all of our main characters are closing in. They're getting closer and closer together. Mom, what do you have there? I think that belongs to Arya.
Crossover.
That's right. Crossover.
So this episode's called The Heart is an Arrow.
The heart is an arrow, and that's going to lead the way.
So I wonder what that is going to be about. The heart is the arrow. So I immediately think, because this is very romantic, and Elena, which is sad, kind of cut ties with Mal because he was not communicating with her when he actually was, but someone's intercepting those letters, and neither of them are getting them.
That's right, they weren't getting them.
Yeah,
right,
so
and
for
we
him
still don't know who's doing this.
That's right.
I just say Kerrigan, but we actually learned a lot last episode. Like, a lot was
Didn't we?
revealed about
yes.
his mom, about him being the original person who made the fold, right?
Yes.
That's right.
And he wants to expand it.
He lied about having his ancestor be it. He is it.
He's been living a long time. Like, how does that happen? I mean, we see magic anyway, so there's a lot about this world we don't understand yet. So, and I love it too, because it really reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender with the elements. I thought that was a fun surprise because we didn't know anything about this beforehand.
Yeah, with the healer and.
Lena's double too was killed.
That's right.
Yeah. And guys, just to let you know, Mom's audio is not good today, so poor thing has to speak up loud because we can't really hear her. So she has her AC on, so no matter what we try on Zoom settings, like, it just neutralizes her voice over the sound of the fan.
And I have a quiet voice anyway. So.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was crazy about Elena's double. Like, that sucks that you have to have a position like that to protect someone higher up, you know?
That's right, like the taste tester.
Yeah, he's like, oh, thank God the other taste tester died. Well, I don't mean it like that, but this is such a great job until you die. Probably in the worst way ever when you get poisoned. Oh, God, you know? Man, but yeah, so I like the different ideas of the elements. Like, you have, I'm calling it that, but you have like the heart renderer, and just knowing like how deep that can go, like what they can actually do to you. They could do great things and terrifying things to your heart. And and it's interesting with Nina now and that other guy, you know, the ship going down, and now they're...
That's right. And is he some way going to help her in the long run? I have a feeling they will.
I have a feeling he is.
I hope so. Again, like, it kind of feels like Game of Thrones slightly, but not nearly as severe, where I think they'll be okay. You know, it has the danger feel, but not as
not
scary.
So much,
where it's so brutal in Game of Thrones, where I'm like, you can't talk back to me, you're just dead. You know? Right. But he seems like he has a good heart somewhat, because he keeps asking, you know, questions about certain things, and he even questioned his captain about, you know, like, well, they haven't even gone to trial, we can't just let them die. But he's like, no, they have to go. This is going down.
And yet he doesn't like them.
Yeah, because he was taught that they're bad, but he's asking questions at least. So interested in where that goes. So I think we'll get into this episode, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Woohoo! The heart is an arrow.
Has he talked?
A lot of lies.
Yeah, and the conductor, right?
That's right.
Because they took him.
It was unspeakable. So I ran.
How much of that is true?
He did cross the fold with the others.
That's gonna kill him.
How many times?
How many times he's went over?
So
Look at his face.
give me half that.
Ooh, just getting sucked into the fold.
Oh, he is.
That was
Don't set it on fire. Cool.
Oh,
Ooh,
hello.
ready for you. Just for you. Ooh. Cause she's like the most like submissive to it, yeah. Well, she's free.
Amazing.
Gosh, she's still not chained.
Yeah.
Shouldn't I push him off?
Wake up.
I warmed him up. Look
Okay.
at his skin.
Yeah.
You were trying to kill me!
If I wanted to, Ted, I would have slowed your heart instead of speeding it up.
Come on, look around. She was helping you.
So there is a brain inside all that muscle.
I wonder if there's any other survivors. Teamwork. Wow, that's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, looks like
how
it's
far out are
only
they?
them. I'm watching you.
Now what?
Juggle.
She's no good here, girl.
What do you know about her, for that matter?
What are you trying to say, Zoe?
Maybe she wasn't abducted. Maybe she was rescued. She didn't get on with others here. The kefta never fit her quite right. And the pressure of saving so many lives.
I know exactly how she felt. I shall relax. When I have Alina.
Send you a message.
Wow, they went through all those rocks too.
Where did you learn how to speak Yiddish like a native? And yeah, Vidruskala. Vuya Perienga.
He still has the pelt and everything too.
We're going to learn on what side of the border we're on.
Why don't you come inside?
Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa! We're gonna fry his face.
Blinding him.
They're not good at looking. Oh my
Wow, yay!
god! Yay! Didn't expect that.
That's great.
Where'd they find all these furs and stuff?
Yeah.
Not in those wet clothes.
Naked.
Off.
Talk about one extreme to the other extreme, huh?
Yeah, right.
Nothing you need to hide. You're just a man.
She's gonna turn around. Oh, just kidding.
You know, she's
It's one way to get to know someone. Snuggles. I know another way.
okay.
What are you doing?
God, relax.
Does that help her too, though? He looks
I think
really...
it's helping her in other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, ooh. What a way to learn.
You're not so bad.
Yeah.
So we're talking now.
Should be safe now, yeah.
Oh, she's gonna be mad because the letters.
Wait,
Where have
Get
you
it
been?
out.
how long have you known?
That I was Grisha. You thought I knew. They would have split us up.
That was your main focus. That was your main goal. Now hug, and you're good. There you go. Good.
Finally.
Aw.
Been through too much.
I'll always find you.
I don't like that rock in the background. Looks like a hood.
Yeah, it looks like a big
Yeah, it
Sasquatch.
does look like sense.
We found a living saint who can summon the sun.
A good magician is a good con artist. The trick is to make it look real.
I know that voice.
What voice?
The voice you use when you're not fine.
I'm fine. Trick will be not to freeze.
You like Nina.
I can help with that.
Or that. That's true too.
Mhm.
But you have to watch out for the glow. Yeah, it's really bright though.
It is.
No smoke.
Your powers don't scare me.
Is it me, then?
Just not knowing all this time, you know.
I'm sorry. It took me this long to see you, Elena. I see you now.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I can feel just how much you hate sleeping next to me.
Oh.
She's so like sassy.
No, it's not natural for someone to be as stupid as he is tall, and yet, oh, there you stand.
The alarm trigger is set. Horses are ready and I've stashed the rest of our gear.
Stay. I don't need you out here.
Okay, that's your cue.
Split up.
Oh, that's what they found.
Oh man!
You're burning
Come
people.
on, right on fire.
He's gonna hit him like perfectly
just
where it
doesn't
went
care.
off him? It just ricocheted off him? It's gonna be scary if he finds you. Can he sense you? Whoop. Uh-huh. Huh. It's so powerful. Freaking suits.
Man, chill.
Come on, look the other way. This can't be a weakness. Go away.
What are you? Big softy, apparently.
I think something.
Should have shot you in the head.
Oh, right in there.
I will track you down and kill everyone that you love, and then
Oh, 30 seconds.
Man, killed 2 people now. But still, like, you make that kind of threat. All right.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably halfway to Novia's end by now.
Ooh, he's getting dark.
Yeah, big time looking in.
Whoa! He almost cut him in half.
Can't
Quick
trick
thinking.
competition.
He's like, I will kill him harder next time. He's gonna be so angry.
Yeah. Take off your shirt.
Yeah. The side too.
Bloody clothes to ease the pain.
Oof. Oof. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Can the sun heal?
Wish I could speak to their families. Speak of their bravery.
Can you imagine?
Killing one of these beasts and then melding a piece of it into their body would amplify their abilities.
You're gonna meld it into a piece of their body.
It might make me strong enough to destroy the fold.
Yeah, you kill the deer. The poor deer is just faded. It's so awesome looking. God, she's such a spitfire.
Walking fast isn't going to make us any less lost. You're scared that if you laugh at my jokes or answer my questions, you might start to think that I'm human. Would that be so terrible?
I do like you.
Okay. I didn't expect it to be that easy.
You're treacherous.
And I love you.
How do I know?
It's like even more forward than you thought.
I feel like that.
Oh, oh no!
Is he pulling her up? Yes, he is. Oh, good.
Ooh.
See, now you made the choice. Oh, see, that was so
Yes.
sweet. I love it.
Okay.
Why couldn't Game of Thrones be like this? No, I'm just kidding. It's like more innocent.
Hello.
Nice game.
Yes, David. Jenny gave her a ring.
I made some stupid choices at the Little Palace.
Don't owe me an explanation.
That is great because he doesn't want to think anything bad of her.
She's going after the stag.
That's right. He's gonna go after Mel.
Twitch, twitch. No. He knows too much.
She's gonna get it before you.
I hope so.
That's right.
I mean, bottom line, they're gonna have to kill the stag and meld a piece of it into their body, into her body.
Ooh,
It's like,
boy,
it
that's
just sounds
bad.
terrible. So, same theory. I really hope that she finds a different way to use it. Maybe she won't even need it. Maybe she'll be
Maybe
that
she wouldn't have
powerful.
to kill it. Yeah. Maybe they'll come up with a way to take the power from the stag and still go to the fold. And they're 2 days away from what Mal says about getting the stag. So they still have a jump on the general, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He might use that guy, that GPS Grisha.
I know, GPS! What kind of Grisha power do you have?
The
I love
ring.
the idea behind it all, though. Like,
Yeah.
Rose learning more and more about them. And Man, and even Inej, like, just thinking of all the battles and the Grisha fighting, and, you know, how she had to make another kill as well. Like, that was huge for her to do, to take out that fire.
She didn't want to, but the sister of the guy that she killed, she was very sad, and she wanted to kill Inej for doing that.
I get she was upset and trying to get revenge, which, again, we know we shouldn't do it like that, but... Like, the fact that she was so enraged and burning innocent people all around and didn't freaking care. I'm like, she's such a bad person. I don't care, like, how angry you are. You don't, like, shoot a whole mass of people because you're trying to get one person.
Right, in the middle of, you know,
setting one on fire. Yeah, but Inej to do that again, like, I don't blame her there, but now she is killing. Like, she killed that one guy, felt bad, and this girl she knew she had to take out, so... But I'm so mad now that Kerrigan knows about Mal and
that they're together, and he's how adorable.
Everything fuels the fire. He's so good with that smolder, where we know it's just an angry smolder now.
He does have that. He's so quiet and so, you know, threatening. Mm-hmm. You know, even with, you know, Kaz. I mean, Kaz was just as, you know, sleek with getting out of there, you know, alive. Mm-hmm. He was just he knew that, okay, he's gonna kill me right now.
Thank God he was quick with that stone. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, you can see he was nervous, and he's like, okay, what can I do here? So thank God he still had that stone on him and used it. Because to use that move that he has to slice, like, that is a lethal move. And
it is. And Jesper, he took down that other guy. That was great. What an aim he has.
I love seeing that. Like, he's just so cool, and, you know, just has style all the time with his hat tilted and his outfit, and just his posture is always so awesome. And, you know, just he's so good at aiming and confident. And even at the end, when he was going to kill the guy and the kid's there, so he's showing the soft side, like, you know, I'm just a big softie. It just makes him more likable and fun that way. And I'm glad he was able to get out alive, because seeing everyone go against different Grisha, I mean, they're all lethal, but which one's worse? I mean, it just depends on how talented they are and how quick they react. But the heart renderers are the scariest for me. I mean, fire, I feel like you could dodge, hopefully, but... You know, with a heart renderer, like, they could burst your heart and just boil your blood and all this crazy stuff that I'm like, oh, God. But it seems like they have a big weakness where stepping on their arm or just, you know, making sure their arm isn't mobile, at least one, that stops them. So that's a huge weakness. So what happens if you're not born with arms and you're Grisha? That would suck. They have to make fun of that. That's terrible. But I'm saying, like, that's a huge weakness if you're a Grisha at that. If you don't have an arm... Like, one arm is immobile, you're done. You can't use it.
And Arkin died. I mean, that's... yes, he was doing wrong by Kaz, but, you know, he made a deal. And
a better deal, yep.
Yeah, and Kerrigan was like, you son of a gun.
And again, he's good with that look where he's just like, dun, dun, dun. Oh,
yeah.
Where he has that
the
black
two
eyes.
just walk out. Okay,
and I'm like, oh. And he has this thing with Elena. Like, I know he wants to get her, but I still feel like he's infatuated with her, that maybe he still wants something with her. I don't know. But he seems like he's really upset when people question her. So the fact that the conductor was trying to kill her, like, he looked mad.
Oh, yeah. He's like, how dare you? You know, I'll be much less powerful if you do that. And even with Zoya, like, they must have had a thing way back when. And she was like, you can just tell she wanted to lure him back. And he will have nothing to do with it because he needs Elena. That's his focus right now.
And I think it's quite interesting, too, that also makes me think he cares about her a lot. I know he wants control, but to talk to Zoya like that and be like, I'll be better when I have Elena, or I'll be happier when I have Elena. Like, he had to put that little stab in there to make her be like, you know, you're not important.
Yeah, you're not what I need. Yes.
To really, like, just dig it to her. So... yeah, so I'm like, that's kind of interesting in how he plays it, where he wants to be in control, but he's also showing that he's also committed to Elena, and he doesn't want this other girl, you know?
Right. And speaking of Alina, she met up with Mal.
That was awesome in this
fantastic.
episode. I did not expect that. I thought it wasn't going to happen till the way end of this show, and I'm like, come on. And, you know, it was a nice surprise, and they were together most of the time.
And she
that was
wasn't
good.
angry with him for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
she accepted and she believed him. And you can just tell in his eyes that, you know, I've been looking for you. I've been writing to you every single day, you know, and she believed him. And they're best friends. I mean, they know each other like, you know, like the back of their hand. I mean, she knew, okay, you're saying you're fine, but you're really not saying, you're really not fine. Like, she knows him so much. So I'm glad they didn't drag that into, like, it's going to be
whole
difficult
new
to
chapter of,
believe
like,
him. Yeah.
that going to the end of the season or something. But I agree. And they felt after all that, like they bickered a little bit, not really bickered, but yeah, like they quickly resolved that once they both realized there were letters sent on both sides and they were better. They totally fell back into place like friends, because that's what good friends usually do. Like, even if you haven't seen each other in a while or you've been through a lot, you know, you just kind of go right back to how it was afterwards. Most people, you know. So I just like that feeling with them. It's very natural, and so I'm really happy that they're together. Did you guys notice too that there's a lot of romance in this show? Like a lot.
Yes, I did notice that.
I love that.
Nina now, and
we do watch a lot of romantic type shows, but that's never a main focus. Like, it's always action, violence. What category is that? I don't know. And I don't know why I keep bringing up Game of Thrones, but like, it just gives me that feel a little bit. But that's just a very different and very adult type show. So with this show, again, I feel safer. It's more fun to be just like in love, and hopefully the characters will be okay. Hopefully I'm not jinxing that, but I feel a little safer.
And they're quicker to connect. It's just one season right now that we're seeing. So yeah, they're quicker to connect. Like Nina and Matthias, I mean, that was pretty darn quick. And Nina just knew that he was, you know.
Let me get out my Hunger Games book, guys, because I wrote a note here because I want to make sure we say the names correctly. So hopefully I heard it right. So the spelling is Matthias from what I think it is, but he pronounced it Matthias. Right?
Okay.
Matthias, or maybe it's Matthias, but I wrote Matthias, so hopefully that's because when he introduced himself, he said Matthias. But yeah, so I really like him and Nina together. Like, it was predictable from the start, not from the way beginning when she was freaking chained up, but after, like, another episode or so, I kind of was like, okay, well, she's bantering a lot with him, and he's kind of accepting it and not, like, smacking her or getting violent with her, or torturing her,
abusing her in any way down there.
Yeah. So
and they're the only ones that have survived that wreckage. It
seems like it. Yeah, watch a captain show up later, like, I'm alive. So I might have missed that, but I want to know: did they just come across a hut or something, or did they, like, how'd they get all?
I
those
think they
furs
said
and stuff?
someone, something about the Raven. Someone was there before.
Yeah, because I was like, that was so established, and I'm like, how'd they get all that stuff? So that was very lucky they found that. And were able to stay there, and they're lucky that she was alive, because being a heart renderer, it's fun to see the two different sides of Matthias, like being like, you know, he was brought up one way to see witches as evil and not human, and then you have Nina, who is a person. She's so, like, witty and just a smart ass, you know, like, I think she's so funny, and, like, I like her though because she's so different from him,
and I think she's doing it even more so because
it's
he
playful.
Is just reflecting it back. He doesn't want anything to do with it, and
so
she's just giving it to him.
And he also made a decision to save her.
He did, and that was huge. I think that was the final, okay, yep, I actually did just save you when I mean, he didn't want her to die just to die anyways, because even he was questioning the captain, saying, well, she has to go to trial first, you know, even though most likely it's death anyways. But yeah, he made that decision himself physically, so I think that was the final, like, okay, well, I made my decision, and yeah, she is human, and I'm glad he admitted that he liked her, too. Like, that was very manly, that was very strong of him to say that. I did not expect him to say it that quickly, but I knew something was going to happen because they were both getting more flirty, and yeah. And the fun thing too is that their personalities are so different, and their jobs are opposite almost, where even though hopefully, I don't know if he was good at his job or not, but hopefully he wasn't, because, like, that's a horrible job to have anyways. Here he seems like more sweet and insecure with her, almost like he would be a captive, and then she is like this strong, like not bantering, but like smart mouth, tough person that
independent. Yeah,
it's just interesting to see how the roles are not will kind of switch. You know how like she was the captive and he was the one who was the captor.
Right. And he's reminding her of that when they first, got off that darn piece of debris, and it's just the opposite now. I think they're just mutual now, but
so
he's letting his guard down.
So it's a great mix with this because you have like a lot of adventure, you have some scary stuff, and love the characters and the romance between a bunch of different romances going on now. Like that's fun. Ooh, and now going back to Elena, I think that was awesome that she just openly talked to Mal about her and Kirigan, but she didn't, or Alexander, but she didn't actually have to specify, because he even said that. Like that's huge, and that's showing true friendship there too, because even though it's upsetting, like he's like, okay, you don't have to explain yourself, and I thought that was cool that she actually mentioned it and not like,
yes, that's good.
Okay.
Yes, and now he knows that Kirigan, it isn't for the good that he wanted Elena, and he knows that he probably was trying to entice her to do what he wanted for his agenda. So, and also, even when they were first meeting up and they were talking about the letters going back and forth and no one, received any of them, he didn't make it, he wasn't as pressed as she was on it. He was just so happy to be with her. And I think he lets go. He missed her so much because he's been through so much. I mean, she's been in the little palace under Kirigan's, thumb, so to speak. Yeah. But she hasn't had it as bad. I mean, she has in her own way, but he's been through so much to get to her. He doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. We're together, and we can make this, we can do this together.
So everything's pretty much like where it should be right now, but I really want Kaz, Jesper, and Inej to be with Elena and Mal. So hopefully that'll happen down the road, because I think they'll make a really good team against Kirigan. I really hope that's a thing later on.
Yeah, and hopefully Nina won't meet up with Kirigan and go with him, because she's pretty powerful.
So was that true that Nina was like a spy or something for Kirigan?
That's what he said. And
so I don't know if he's wordplaying.
He was blaming Kaz for taking her, and he didn't have anything to do with it. So that's
I want to know
what
that like lies. I want to find out more about that story too, because right away, I mean, we're finding out things about these people that not everyone's perfect, and people who look shady or have tough lives, like doesn't mean that they're bad people. So I'm curious where she'll fall, because they're all going to meet up. That's like what I'm assuming.
Yeah, and why would he be worried about her? Why would he bring that even up? So I think maybe she was going to be a spy. I mean, she is a little manipulative anyway, so she's got that little...
Or just to mess with the conductor. But yeah, I think there's more there that we'll find out, I guess. I guess we'll find out in the future. But guys, we do have links below if you want to check out the next episode of Shadow and Bone through our Patreon. We have tons of reactions there. Many, many hours, probably months worth of reactions you guys can check out. And that helps support us as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.